Hey there guys, today we're taking a look at Helldivers 2 running on the AMD Ryzen 9 7940HS. This is pretty much one of the highest end APUs that AMD currently has available on the market, especially on the mobile side of things. They have announced the release of the 8000 series of APUs, but they seem to be essentially just refreshes of these with what they claim to be improvements in their AI capabilities. All of that is still so early days that it's almost like the first generation of RTX graphics cards, where they quickly got outshined by later generations to the point where their RT performance is kind of just useless, and the main benefit you really get is just access to DLSS. I imagine that's how these early AI NPUs are going to end up being like, so really this is about as good as it gets from AMD when it comes to their mobile APUs. And surprisingly, running the game at the lowest in-game graphics settings and using FSR at the quality preset actually gives us a really fantastic level of performance, while also not really utilizing all that much power. This actually has a TDP limit of 45 watts in this GMKtec K4. In general, it's overall going to be a pretty rock solid experience, and really it's only in the most intense scenarios that the 1% lows start to drop down a bit. For the most part, the game is going to be very consistent, very smooth. It's great to see that we could actually play a AAA title like this really well without needing a full-size graphics card. You actually can see that we do have a little bit of headroom to turn up some of the graphics settings. We don't necessarily need to be at the lowest. You'll see that the GPU isn't really at 100% load most of the time, which means that in some situations we're actually being kind of CPU limited, or there is at least some other limitation happening here. Overall, it's a really impressive result, and I was really happy to see this, considering that this really seems to struggle to run on Vega based iGPUs, so it's nice to see that RDNA 3 is at least capable of playing the game, even if it is at essentially the highest end configuration you could possibly get. Although that mostly just applies to mini PCs. You can of course get the 8700G on desktop, but that's kind of a completely different market that's trying to appeal to. So I would be curious to see what the performance would be like on this system when compared to the highest end desktop APU you can get. But if you're rocking one of these mini PCs like the K4, then you're at least going to be able to get some pretty fantastic levels of performance. But anyways, I'll catch you guys next time.